Hi children, good morning to you all. I welcome you all for the today's English class. Today we are going to see the book back exercise from our textbook English Fairy. Children, today we are going to see the book back exercise for the second poem Be a Friend, written by Edgar Albert Guest. Children, shall we move to the exercise now? Yes. Come, let's start. Children, let's start the exercise now. First exercise for you, that is your reading comprehension. So, let's start the exercise section A. In the reading comprehension, section A we are going to see now. Let me read the title for you. Here is a summary of this poem. Fill in the blanks with the words given in the box. So, this is the exercise, fill in the blanks, and you have to choose the correct word from the given answers that was given in the box. Let me read the words one by one now. First word, neighbors. What is the first word? Neighbors. Look at the second word. What is the second word? Generous. Generous. What is the second word? Generous. Third word, forgive. What is the third word? Forgive. And look at the fourth word, duties. Fourth word is duties. Look at the fifth word, cheerful. The fifth word is cheerful. Look at the sixth word, share. What is the sixth word? Share. And at last, the seventh word is wealth. Wealth. Okay. Now, let's start the exercise. Look at the first sentence given in the exercise. In the first stanza of this poem, Be a Friend, in the first stanza, the poet says, we don't need money to be a friend. The poet says, we don't need money to be a friend. We just need to be dash. We just need to be dash, helpful and dash. So, what is the first answer here? So, in the first stanza, the poet says, we don't need money to be a friend. We just need to be a dash, helpful and dash. So, the poet is telling that we no need to have money. We just need, as a friend, to be a friend, we need what? What are the needed things that if you want to be a friend? So, first one, you have to be generous. The first answer is generous for the first question. Here, generous. The first dash is generous. And the second dash, helpful and you must be cheerful. This is the first one answer, cheerful. For the second dash, cheerful. Second answer is cheerful for this first same question. First answer is, the first option is generous. Here you have to write generous. And the second dash for the second blank you have to write cheerful. So, are you clear with the first question, children? First fill up. Shall we move on to the second one? Yes. Now I'll read the second one. In the second stanza, the poet tells us about the dash of friendship. In the second stanza, the poet tells us about the dash of friendship. This is the first blank. Second blank. For the same second question, we should be able to dash our friends easily, encourage our friends in everything and dash their sadness. So, here in this second fill in the blanks, you have three blanks. First one, the poet tells about the dash of friendship. Duties of friendship. What are the duties? So, second one, first blank. This is the first answer. Duties. D-U-T-I-E-S. So, in the first blank, you have to write duties. Duties of friendship. The poet tells in the second stanza about the duties of friendship. Then look at the second sentence in the second blank for the second fill-up. We should be able to dash our friends easy, encourage our friend in everything. So we should be dash. We have to be dash. We have to forgive. We should be able to forgive. So this is the second option answer for the second blank. Forgive. We should forgive our friend easily, encourage our friends in everything. We should be able to forgive our friends easily, encourage our friends in everything. This is the second answer for the second blank. Okay, next let's move on to the third blank. And dash their sadness, and we should share their sadness. We should share, S-H-A-R-A-R-E, sorry, S-H-A-A-R-E, share. We should dash their sadness. We should share their sadness. Then let's move on to the third one, children. Look at the third fill in the blanks. In the third stanza, the poet tells us that the dash of friendship is greater than money we earn ourselves. So what is greater than? Dash of friendship. What friendship is greater than money to earn ourselves in the that is from the third stanza. What is the answer? Can you guess, children? Yes. What will we earn? We earn money. So with the by earning money, what we will get? We will get the wealth. So the third one is wealth. Wealth. The third stanza, the poet tells us that the wealth of, W-E-A-L-T-H, the wealth of friendship is greater than the money we earn for ourselves. So first, wealth of friendship is needed. Then look at the second fill blank for the third fill in the blanks. When our dash become our friends, we will be richer than the royals. Royals means a rich person, royals. So when our dash become our friends, we will be richer than the royals. What will be the answer? Yes, at last the final answer is neighbors. So this was the answer. So for the last blank, it is neighbors. You have to write completely, children. Neighbors. For the last blank, neighbors. This was the answer for the third one. So neighbors. So shall we recall the answers again, children? For the first stanza, for the fill in the blanks, first fill in the blanks. In the first stanza, the poet says we do not need money to be a friend. We just need to be a what? Generous. Need to be generous. We just need to be generous, helpful and cheerful. Helpful and cheerful. We should be helpful and cheerful. And the second one, again, in the second stanza, the poet tells about the dash of the friendship. What of friendship? Duties. Duties. The second one is duties of the friendship. We should be able to dash our friends, forgive. Here, forgive. Forgive our friends. And the third one is here, at last, and share their sadness. Share. The third one is share their sadness. Then move on to the third one. The first blank. In the third stanza, the poet tells us that the dash of friendship is greater than the money we earn for ourselves. Wealth. Wealth. Wealth of friendship. And the last one is neighbors. When our dash become friends, our neighbors. In the next blank, you have to write neighbors. Neighbors. So that's all from the reading comprehension, children. Have you all understand what are the answers for this exercise? Shall we move on to the next one? Yes. Children, now we are going to see the keywords. First Roman keywords and the second Roman question answers for this poem, Be a Friend. So, children, listen carefully. This first Roman and second Roman, that is keywords and question answers, must be written in your classwork. So, as in the previous session, the previous lesson, first lesson, why evergreen trees never lose their leaves. For that lesson, already we wrote the classwork. Only question answers we wrote for the last lesson. For this poem, we are going to write keywords. So, first Roman, you have to write the keywords. And second Roman, you have to write the classwork. That is question answers. These two things that to be written in your classwork. So, first we are going to see the first Roman keywords, children. Look at the first word. So, before reading the keywords, I'll tell you the important thing. And you have to follow this. If you follow this, definitely you can learn the difficult words easily. So, first and foremost thing, you have to split the word according to the sound. That is called syllabification. So, while if you split the hard word into the sound, according to the sound, definitely you can learn the difficult word easily. I'll teach you how to split the word now. First word, look at the first word, disposition. D-I-S, dis, P-O, po, S-I-C, T-I-O-N, disposition. So, see here children, for the word disposition, we have just splitted according to the sounds of the word. First one is dis, P-O, po, S-I-C, T-I-O-N, shun. So, see the word. Is it easy, children, for you to learn now? Yes. So, the first word, it is disposition. Split the word and learn like this, children. It will be easy for you to by God. Even if it is a big letter, big word, difficult word, if you split according to like this, as a syllable, as a sound, definitely you can learn the difficult words easily. And you can by God the spellings also. Shall we move on to the next one, children? So, first one is disposition. I have split it here according to the sound. That is, this is called syllabification. So, first word is dis, D-I-S, dis, P-O, po, S-I-C, T-I-O-N, shun. Disposition, disposition. Now, look at the second word, glory. Second word is glory. So, how can you split it, children? Can I tell you? Glow, G-L-O, glow, R-Y-R-E, glory, G-L-O, glow, G-L-O, glow, re, R-Y-R-E, glory. So, this is how you have to split the word and you have to learn the spellings of the word. This is for the second word. Shall we move to the third one? Yes. Now, see the third one. Unbefriended. The third one is unbefriended. Yes, it is very easy. So, first you have to split un. Second, you have to split b. Third, it is easy. You know the word already. Friend. Ed, ed. Unbefriended. 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 I'll tell you the meanings at last. First, we'll by heart the spellings first. Okay. Shall we move to the fourth one, children? The fourth one is trifling. Trifling. Children, do you know how to split the word trifling? Yes. See here. T-R-I-F. Trif. L-I-N-G. Trifling. So, the split up of the word trifling is trifling. Trifling. So, this is the way you have to split the word according to the sound. Trif. Ling, trifling, trifling. Can you understand, children? Trifling, how to split it? Yes. So by heart the spellings like this. This will be easy for you to by heart the words and the spelling easily. Now we'll move to the fifth one. That is sigh. That is shy. Shy. Shy means here shy is a single word. We cannot split it. So you have to spell and you have to by heart the complete word together. S-I-G-H, shy. S-I-G-H, shy. Now let's listen and understand the meaning of the word. Let's see the meaning of the words. These 5 words now. Shall we see the meanings of these words? Yes. So this is our keywords. First one, see the first word, disposition. So the first word is disposition. Second word is glory. Third word is unbefriended. Fourth word trifling. Fifth word shy. Shall we see the meanings now? Yes. Here, first word disposition. The meaning for the word is happy nature. Happy nature of a person. Nature of a person. So happy nature of a person is known as disposition. Happy nature. Happy nature of a person. Happy nature of a person is known as disposition. Yes. Let's see the second one. What is the second word? Glory. Yes. The meaning for the word glory is great beauty. Meaning for the glory is great beauty. B-E-A-U-T-Y, beauty. Great beauty. G-R-E-A-T. Great beauty. B-E-A-U-T-Y, beauty. So glory means great beauty. Next, the third one is unbefriended. Unbefriended means that is those who don't have any friend. Someone who don't have no friend. So if you don't have friend means no friend. So unbefriended means person who don't have any friend. That is unbefriended, no friend. Then here the fourth one, trifling. Trifling means unimportant. Unimportant is called trifling. Unimportant is known as trifling. Unimportant. Trifling means unimportant. And the third one, sigh. S-I-G-H. Sigh. Sigh means a deep breath of sadness. Deep. Sigh means S-I-G-H. Sigh. Sigh means deep breath. B-R-E-A-T-H-E, breath of sadness. S-A-D. Sadness. Showing sadness. So, shy means showing sadness. S-A-D-N-E-S. Sadness. Shy means sadness. Shy means sadness. Shall we recall the words and its meanings once again, children? So, the first one is disposition. A disposition means happy nature. Disposition, happy nature. N-A-T-U-R-E, nature. Second one. What is the second one? Glory. Yes, you are correct. Glory. Glory means great beauty. Great beauty. B-A-U-T-T-Y. Great. G-R-E-A-T. Great beauty. B-A-U-E-B-E-A-U-T-Y. Beauty. Okay. Then move on to the third one. Third one is unbefriended. Unbefriended means who don't have friend. No friend. F-R-I-E-N-D. Friend. No friend. No friend is unbefriended. Unbefriended. Then fourth one, trifling. Trifling means unimportant. Trifling means unimportant. 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 Trifling means unimportant. Then the third one, sigh. Sigh means deep breath or sadness. S-A-D-N-E-S-S. Sadness. Sigh means sadness. That's all from the meanings, children. Let's move on to the question answers area now. Children, let's see the question answers now. Before that, the important thing, when you start writing the classwork, please don't forget to mention date, chapter, and what chapter, the number of the chapter. Then mention whether it is poem or prose. Then write the title of the prose. Whether it is poem or prose, whatever it is, please don't forget to mention it. Then complete all these things. Then you can start write the keywords and question answers. So follow this instruction, children. First you have to write the date, then chapter, then poem or prose. Then you have to write the title of the poem or prose. Then you have to start write the question answers or keywords, whatever it is. So children, let's start reading the second Roman, that is the question answers for the poem Be a Friend. See the section B. Title of the section is Read these lines and answer the question that follow. Read these lines and answer the questions that follow. So, children, let us start the first poetry lines. Here, I'll read the poetry lines for you, children. For the first section, first one, see here. Be a friend, you don't need money. Be a friend, you don't need money. Just a disposition sunny. Just the wish to help another. Get along some way or other. So these are the poetry lines from the poem Be a Friend. Then let's see the questions for the lines. Here, what do you need to be a friend? The question is, what do you need to be a friend? What do you need to be a friend? This is the question. See the answer here. Children, this keywords and question answers, that both the things should be copied in your classwork. So listen carefully and understand the thing. First question, what do you need to be a friend? Look at the answer for the first question, children. We need nature. We need a nature to help. We need a nature to help one another. O-N-E, A-N-O-T-H-E-R, one another, to be a friend. So see to the answer, children. Again, I'll read it. We need a nature, N-A-T-U-R-E, nature, to help one another to be a friend. See the second question, children. What is not necessary to be a friend? What is not necessary? Question B. What is not necessary to be a friend? So see the answer, children. Money is not necessary. Money is not necessary to be a friend. Money, M-O-N-E-Y, money is not necessary to be a friend. Let's see the second question and the poetry lines here. Just a kindly hand extended out to one who's unbefriended. Just the will to give and lend. This will make you someone's friend. Just a kindly hand extend. First line. Second line, out to ones who's unbefriended. Third line, just the will to give and lend. And fourth line, This will make you someone's friend. Let's see the questions for the lines. Section A, option A, first question. What can you do for someone who does not have friends? What can you do for someone who does not have friend? See to the answer here. We can give a kindly hand extend to who does not have any friend. Children, I'll repeat it. We can give a kindly hand extend who does not have any friend. Extend, E-X-T-E-N-D, extend. Let's move to the second option, children. See the question. How else can you be someone's friend? How else can you be someone's friend? How else can you be someone's friend? See the answer here. The will, or to give and lend. The will means here willingness. If you are ready to give and lend, that makes us someone friend. The will means here willingness. The will to give and lend make us someone's friend. Let me read the answer again. The will to give and lend make us someone's friend. That's all from the question area, children. Let's move to the next exercise. Children, the next exercise is appreciating the poem. In this exercise, we are going to see and we are going to learn about the rhyming words and rhyming scheme. We are going to learn about the rhyming words and rhyming scheme. Rhyming words. What is meant by rhyming words? If two words ends with the same sound, money, sunny, then it is known as rhyming word. When you pronounce the word, you can hear the sound of each word's last word letter. Money, sunny ends with E sound. So both the words pronounce and sounds same word. So it is known as rhyming word. Children, see the exercise. The title of the exercise is read these lines from the poem. Notice the rhyming word. Notice the rhyming words. What is meant by rhyming words? The word that ends with the same sound, that is known as rhyming words. So let's see the example from the poetry lines given here. See the poetry line given here. Be a friend, you don't need money. First line. See the last rhyming words means we have to see to the last word of each line from the poem. Here, look at the last word from this poem, from the line. Be a friend, you don't need money. So they have given letter A. They have given the letter A. Then see the second line. Just a disposition sunny. Sunny means, so here look at the word money and sunny. Money, and they both end with the sound ni. See here, they both ends with the sound ni, money, E sound, money. So E sound, money, sunny. So when you pronounce the word, you can get the sound at the end. You have to see to the end of the sound, word sound, that is money and sunny. So these two words rhyming the same. This is called as rhyming word. This is known as rhyming word. The word that ends with the same sound, then it is known as rhyming words. So money, E, sunny, E. So we are giving, so first word we have to give letter A. So money and sunny both rhyme together as A. So A. Here also A. Look at the third line, children. Just the wish to help. Just the wish to help. Another. Another. See the sound another. And go. Get along some way or other. So here these two lines are rhyming words and we have given letter A. And see this last word in the poetry line. Another. Other. R. Sound ends with the R sound. R sound. So it is a rhyming word and we have given the letter B. Both the lines have same rhyming words. Another, other. Money, sunny. So A, money and sunny, A. Another and other, B. So here money and sunny. Look at the description given here. Money and sunny are rhyming words. So the lines they are in are marked as A. Both the lines are marked as A. Again, another and rhymes with other. Another is the word rhymes with other. So every time when you when you find out the rhyming scheme, you have to check it out the last word of each poetry line. So then only you can find the rhyming scheme. So this A, B, C, these are all called as rhyming scheme. So let me explain first. Another rhymes with other. So they are marked as B. They are marked as B. So the rhyming scheme. Children, now shall we see the rhyming scheme for these lines from the poem Be a Friend? Yes. See here, children. See the first line. Be a friend, you don't need glory. So look at all the last words. I'm just underlining the last words of each line. See here, first line it is glory. See the second line. Friendship is a simple story. So see here, glory, story. Both is rhyming words, no? Re. E sound. Story, glory. So what rhyming letter we have to give? Very good. It's A. It's A. See the third line, children. Pass by trifling errors blindly. Blindly means blindly. Gaze on. See the fourth line. Gaze on honest effort kindly. So see here, both these words rhyming each other, no? So blindly, kindly. So what letter we have to give? Very good. It's B. And the fifth line. See the fifth line. Cheer the youth who's bravely trying. See the last word. It is trying. Pity him who's sadly saying. So trying, saying, shying. So both letter words rhyming as and sounds as same. I like ing, trying, sighing. So what letter we have to give? Good. We have to give the next letter C. Then see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th line. Just a little labor spend. Just a little labor spend on the duties of a friend. So spend, friend. So both rhyme each other. Both is rhyming words. Both are the rhyming words. So we have to give letter D. So the rhyming scheme here: A, B, C, D. So the rhyming scheme is, for these lines together, what is the rhyming scheme for these lines, children? A, B, C, D. And the last line is D. Children, the next exercise that we are going to see is our vocabulary area. See here we have to find out the meaning for the given word. Meaning in the context. Section A, read these lines from the poem. Look at the words in bold. So here you have to see to the bold word that was given in bold letter. Choose the correct picture that gives that meaning. So, see here, read these lines from the poem. Look at the words that was given in bold. Choose the correct picture. So, for the bold word, you have to find out the meaning from this two given picture. Shall we start this exercise, children? Yes. See here, first exercise, first question. See here, just a disposition sunny. Just a disposition sunny. So, children, can you guess where we have seen this word disposition? Yes, you have guessed correctly. In the keywords, we saw this word disposition. What is the meaning for the disposition? Disposition means, I told you, that is happy nature. Here, which picture shows the happy nature of the person? Yes, you are correct. So, disposition sunny means happy nature of a person. Happy nature of a person. Happy. Which shows happy? Which shows happy? Here, this picture too shows the happiness of the person. So, the person is laughing, so he is happy. So, disposition sunny means happy nature of a person. So, you have to tick this picture. Yes, that's all from the first question. See to the next one, children. Just a kindly hand extend. Kindly hand extend. Where we saw this line, children? Yes, very good. We have seen in the question answers area. We saw this line in the question answer area. What does this mean? Extend. The word extend, it means helping others. Very good. Helping others. So, kindly hand extend means it is not hand. It's wrong. Which is the correct one? Yes. Helping others is the meaning for extend. Meaning for extend. Here, sunny means happy and extend means helping others. So, again, children, sunny means happy. Extend means helping others. So, you have to tick these two pictures, children. Tick it in your textbook. That's all, children. Shall we move to the next one now? Yes. Children, the next exercise we are going to see is prefix and suffix. See here, prefix and suffix. So, let's start the exercise. Look at these words. Unbefriended. See here, unbefriended. Can you guess where we saw this word, children? Yes, again the word, this unbefriended, that we learn in the keywords. We studied in the keywords. Yes. So, unbefriended. Look at this word, unbefriended. Unbefriended. How I split the word with the syllable as a syllables, as the sound? Unbefriended. Have split it, no, there in the keyword? Yes. The same thing here. Un is the prefix. Un, u and un. Be is a prefix. Ed is the suffix. So, the letter or a word that we add in the front of the word, then it is known as prefix. If the word letters that we add in the last is known as suffix. Children, let's see the definition for this prefix and suffix. Now, what is the main word here? So, see here, what is the main word here? Friend. What has been added to it to make a new word? What are the words, letters that has been added? That has been added to make a new word. Here, friend is the word, main word. What are the words that we are adding here? Un, be, and ed. So, this makes this un, this be, this ed makes the word as a new word with a different meaning. So, here the main word, look at the definition here again. The main word is friend. As I told you, friend. The letters un, be, have been added to the beginning. See here, we have added in the beginning of this word. And ed, where is ed? At the last, at the end of the word, to make a new word. So these things, the word or letters that we are using in the beginning of the word, then it is called as prefix. The word or letter that we are using at the back, at the last, end of the word, to make a new word, this is known as prefix. Prefix, this is suffix. Pre-suff. Okay, see here, what is meant by prefix? A prefix is a letter or set of letters like un, un. This is the set of letter that we add in the beginning of the word. Beginning of the word. So un, that we are adding the beginning of the word to modify or change its meaning. So unfriend, you can write unfriend. But here another prefix is there, that is be. So the total word is changing here with the un and be. Unbefriend. Unbefriend. So prefix here. To some common prefix are given here. See here, some of the common prefix that we usually add along with the word. These are the prefix. Prefix means the letters or set of letters that we are using, that we can use in the beginning. Im. Then in, un. Here we have used un, no? Yes. Then dis, 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 mis, miss, re. So these are the prefix. Usually we used to add in the beginning of the word to make a new word. This is known as prefix. Definition for suffix now. Suffix is a letter or set of letter. Letter or set of letter that we add at the end of the word. So prefix means at the beginning of the word. Suffix means at the end of the word to modify or to change the, to make a new word. To make a new word with different meaning. So when we add this prefix, it will make a different meaning. When we add this suffix, this word will make a different meaning. So suffix means a letter or a set of letter that we add in the end of the word to modify or change its meaning. See here, some of the suffix, examples for suffix that we add here. Let's see one by one. So suffix, some common suffix, ed. Here we have added ed, so this is also a suffix. Then see here, Asian. For example, Asian, education, educate or education. Then ness, 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 kindness, kindness. Then here possibility, possibility. And the next one is eight, eight. Then ly, immediately, ly, immediately. Ship, friendship. Then the next one, meant, entertainment. Able, disable, able, disable. So like this, here important, unimportant, incorrect, disable, misbehave, redo. So these are the set of letters that we use in the prefix, and here these are the set of letters that we use in the suffix. Let's see some exercise for this prefix and suffix now. And see the exercise for the prefix and suffix. Section B. Add a prefix and suffix. See here. Add prefix and suffix to each word and make a new word. Here they have given words. Number 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 words are there. We have to use both prefix, that is the set of letters in the front, beginning of the word, suffix at the last of the word. Let's see the first one. First, friend. So for the friend, what prefix we can use, children? Is there any idea? Any guess? Yes, see here, for the first word, it is unfriend. U-N, un, F-R-I-E-N-D. Unfriend. Unfriend. And for suffix, here I have used the prefix un. Prefix I have used in the first box. In the second box, we have to use suffix. Friendship. Friend, S-H-I-P, friendship. Or you can write ly, you can add ly also, friendly. Friendship, ship is a suffix. Ly, is a suffix. So you can write friendship or friendly. So these are the two examples. So for the prefix, you have unfriend. For suffix, you have friendly or friendship. Let's move to the next one, children. Second one is polite. What is the second word? Polite. So what prefix we can use? Unpolite. 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 Un is the prefix. Suffix, politeful or politeness. Politeful. Polite, F-U-L, politeful, politeful. Okay. So here we have used prefix un and suffix full, and it is giving a new word, meaningful word. Okay. Then move on to the third one, children. Agree. Third word is agree. What prefix we can use here? Yes, disagree. D-I-S is the prefix. Disagree. A-G-R-E-E. Disagree. D-I-S-A-G-G-R-E-E. Disagree. Okay. For suffix, agreement. A-G-R-E-E-M-E-N-T. Agreement. So prefix dis, suffix ment. Prefix is dis, suffix is ment. That's all from the third one, children. Let's move on to the fourth one now. See here, the fourth word, understand. The fourth word is understand. What can be the prefix here? Here, understand. For here, we can use misunderstand. Prefix, that means misunderstand. Understand you have to write at the back. In the front you have to use MIS, miss. So misunderstand, you have to write the complete word, children. Here I don't have space, so I am writing just under. You have to write understand, the complete word. So this is the prefix. So first prefix is miss, you have to add in front. Here for suffix, what can be the suffix here? Understandable. 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 Understand. At the last you have to use A-B-L-E. Understandable. You have to write under, understand. Then you have to add able. So the able is the prefix. Sorry, suffix. And if you add MIS in the beginning, that is the prefix. If you add ABLE at the last, that is the suffix. So prefix is misunderstand, suffix is understandable. Prefix and this is suffix. That's all from the exercise, children. And this is the last exercise of this session. Then let us see the activity. And this is the activity I am going to give for you, children. Please complete the activity and send it in the group. Thank you, children.